Hi, my name is Genevieve Schiele. I am the University Relations and Recruiting Manager for Marriott International. My team is responsible for recruiting for our university programs across the US and Canada. So that's our internship program and the Voyage Global Leadership Development Program. I'm based out of Dallas and I am a graduate of the Voyage program myself. An ExDM student can stand out from other business students by really getting a wealth of hospitality knowledge under their belt and experience under their belt before they graduate. So that means maybe having a part-time job at school, maybe volunteering at events on campus. Different ways to get involved and get customer service type experience is going to set you above and beyond for a career with Marriott. A student can sell their soft skills by telling a story that shows how they empathized with someone or how they sought to understand someone else's needs. It's situation-based. A recommendation for Marriott interviews is to walk in prepared to speak about specific experiences and situations and how you overcame obstacles or dealt with a difficult customer, stuff like that. So if you can speak to your empathy or your understanding or your ability to go above and beyond, those are the soft skills that are going to come out when you walk through a situation with us. For us, hard skills aren't super important. We definitely want you to have experience serving customers and working on teams, working with groups, but ultimately we're going to train you on the hard skills you need to do your job. So we're really looking for people who want to build a career with us and want to work in the hospitality industry. My best piece of advice for getting a job with Marriott is a couple of things. One is get good experience in the industry. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to show that you've been working and you've been working on your skills above and beyond what you're learning in school. The second thing is to get leadership experience. Specifically for the opportunities that I recruit for, we're looking for students who want to become a leader in the company. And third is we're looking for people who want to build a career with us, not just work for us for a year and move on. We want people who want to work for us for 25, 30 years. So people who are passionate about the industry and our company are definitely a good fit for us. Before interviewing with us, it's important to prepare in a few ways. So one, do your research on the company. With Marriott, there's tons of information out there. We have a 90-year history. Do some research and be able to speak to that and why that matters to you. But also, our interviews are very structured. So if you do a little research, you can understand the structure of our interviews. It's called a STAR interview, meaning you're going to talk about a situation or task, an action, and a result. And so it's really important to prepare in that format so you can speak confidently in your interview about your previous experience. What I'm looking for on a resume is going to be a couple of things. One is that it's one page and it's easy to read. You can have colors and pretty designs, that's all fine, but as long as it's easy to read and digestible, that's what I'm looking for. Two, it's going to be a combination of work experience and leadership experience. Don't just say you were in this club, say what you did in that club and how you contributed, and really paint the picture of how you went above and beyond your peers or what value you brought to the organization. So it's a combination of leadership and that work experience. Cover letters are not super important at this stage in your career when applying to Marriott. More often than not, I find that they are really generic and they're just plugging our name into a template and really negatively impact my impression of their resume and application. So if you're going to do a cover letter, absolutely make it count, make it thoughtful, make it clear that this is only for this job and articulate why you want to work for us and in our programs. But it's definitely not necessary, and your resume alone is perfectly fine. For me, there are three big interview mistakes that students make. So one is going to be coming unprepared on the company history and what the job is that a student's applying for. Be able to speak to that. It's absolutely okay to have questions, but show that you've done some base level research and have an understanding of the company and the job. Two is going to be coming in unprepared and not being able to speak to your experiences with confidence. And three is going to be not asking questions. It's overwhelming the amount of interviews I go through where a student, I ask my couple of questions and then they just think it's done. But no, this is you book 30 minutes with me, take all the time you want, ask me as many questions as you want, and get everything out of this time that you can. It really stands out when a student does that and soaks up the whole opportunity. I think there's two big ways you can learn about a company's culture. One is by doing your research. There's a company of our size, Marriott International, there's tons of information online as far as our company initiatives, the awards we've won, our company history that really paints a picture about our company culture, but also it's talk to people. That's gonna be the best testimonial you'll get, is gonna be the opinions of the associates themselves. So go to a career fair, go to an info session, meet the people from the company and see what they have to say. Before a recruiting event, my recommendation to experienced design and BYU students is have an idea of what you're looking for, whether that's an internship in a specific discipline or that's a full-time employment after graduation. Have an idea of what you're looking for and be able to speak to that with confidence. You don't have to exactly know what you want to be when you grow up, and it's okay to be unclear about that at this point in time, but have a general direction and be able to speak to that so that the recruiters can help you kind of navigate in that direction and give you the right information. At a career fair, I recommend students come prepared to speak about a few things. One, what they're looking for, whether that's an internship or employment and what direction they want to go. Two, inquire about the company, ask about what opportunities they have, but also be asking about the next steps in the process. A lot of schools are going to come to a career fair and want to interview the next day or the next week. Be prepared for that. Have your resumes ready, be dressed appropriately, and then be ready for those next steps when they come. There's many ways for students to connect and network with employers. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all for that initiative. So definitely engage in person as much as you can. So go to an info session, go to a career fair, stuff like that. Make an impression, leave behind your card or your resume so recruiters can follow up, but also get their information so you can follow up with them. Follow-up is really important. If a recruiter is busy and on the road, they might not get back to you within the next day, but if you follow up with them, that's going to go really far.